Hi everyone, welcome to another week's video. Today I am going to continue on my saga of sharing the handmade watercolors that I have purchased throughout the month of April and a little bit beginning of May. As I said, I went really overboard. I had some extra funds, so I decided to just spoil myself and get some very nice handmade watercolors. And there's other previous videos here on the channel. If you haven't checked that, I'm gonna leave links in the description below for the previous videos. And yeah, some of those watercolors I got were new to me from sellers I hadn't bought from before. And these ones that I'm gonna be sharing today is from a very well-known to me seller. It's Hungry for Paint. They are a lovely brand of handmade watercolors made by Aga in Poland. They are super lovely. They have lots of granulation, texture and personality. And it's the third time I'm getting watercolors from Hungry for Paint, and I had two previous videos about their watercolors here on the channel. I'm gonna leave cards over here, so if you haven't checked that yet, you can do so if you're interested. And that's it. As usual, before I start, I'd just like to thank everyone that has been following my content, commenting, using the links, liking everything. I really appreciate. And if you are watching this video now but you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. This will help my content get seen by more people that are interested in watercolors and art materials and tutorials. And yeah, all of those stuff that you already know. Probably subscribe, hit the notifications button, like the video if you like the content, share with people that might be interested, and that's it. Thank you very much for your support. So, like I said, today I'm gonna be swatching the new set of watercolors that I got from Hungry for Paint, and I really love their watercolors. Here they are. I had been eyeing a set for quite a long time, and because I decided to splurge on handmade watercolors in the past month, it was as good as an excuse I could find. Sorry for the noise, I hope it was not too disturbing. So, as I was saying, I had gotten watercolors from them before, and I had some sets that I was interested in for a good while, and I thought was a good opportunity for me to get them now. And what else? So she sends this card with her Instagram and her name, and then here you have some tips for the paints. So if the wrapper is sticking to the paint, sometimes it can happen in places that are very hot. She just suggests to put the paints in the freezer for 5 or 10 minutes so they just harden again. Add a drop of water on top of the pan. Never store wet paints. Never store wet paints to prevent mold from developing. Cracking and air bubbles might occur are normal, and keep away from small children and pets. So the basics. So the set I got is in this little envelope here. Her sets don't come with a metal box, but for me personally it's not an issue because I have a lot of tiny little boxes. Every time I see a nice mint box that I like, I'll buy it, even if I'm not really into mints. But yeah, so it's not a problem for me not having the box. So the set I got from her is this one called the Geologist. I thought that it had a very nice range of mineral paints with some interesting colors. So I ended up getting this set. It has 5 colors, and I think the names are not here. They're probably in the pen themselves. And she also sent me a whole lot of samples, which I'll be swatching as well. So let me first unwrap these, and then I'll be back to swatch them. So here they are. I just unwrapped them and it started raining here, so I hope the noise won't be too disturbing. If it gets out of control, I'll just pause the video, but hopefully it will be okay. So the colors I have in this set are Violet Lavarite, Pink Pipestone, and this one I think she sent me before as a sample and I really liked it. Yellow Travertine, then Ingleton Green Earth, and the last one, Purple Ochre. Very intrigued by this one. And one thing I mentioned in my first video about their paints, but it always comes to mind when I use Hungry for Paint watercolors, is they smell lovely. If you are into essential oils, you're really gonna enjoy using these. You can feel that clover oil odor as soon as you unwrap them, and I particularly love the smell of clove oil, so they're not overwhelming, so it wouldn't be something that could concern someone about allergies and stuff like that, because I'm very allergic. I have hay fever and all of that, so it doesn't disturb me at all. I find it's really, really lovely. Now, I'm gonna be using this sketchbook to swatch my paints. This is Booking for 300 grams. And it's the rough one. I used it to swatch a previous paints that I shared with you, and I thought that they looked quite well. So as per the instructions, I'm gonna drop some water first. And while I let this sit a little bit, let's see what we got here for the samples. So let's see, we have this one here, type of red Corolla. This is coming on April 2023. Ah yes, this is a set she released last month. It's called In Bloom. It looked a very beautiful set. I almost got that set instead, but yeah, I'm curious to swatch this, and who knows, maybe in the future I'll get this set too, because I love her paints. And this I think is from this same, no, this is another set called Primavera, returning May 2023, and this is called Fresh Shoot. This looks lovely. I love this type of fresh yellow green, so I'll enjoy trying that. Now we have one from the set Herbology. This is called Chamomile. Looks like another type of yellow green, a bit darker. Then this is part of a new set she will be releasing in May called Press Start, which I assume is inspired by video games. And this one is called Game Over. Then what else? We have Sunlit, and this one is from the set In Bloom, so same set as Corolla. Then another one, Press Start, coming this month. This is Level Up. It's very vibrant green. I've never seen this type of green in her sets before. I'm curious to see how it goes with the rest of the set. This one also I believe is the same, yeah, because it's called Power Up. Then we have Fall, and this is from the set Primavera, so it's here. And then last but not least there is Tumbleweed, and this is from the set The Desert. Very interesting, a lot of colors. I love getting samples because you can always get a better understanding of how colors look like, and if you'd like to work with them when you test them versus seeing them on a screen. So I think it's enough time now so I can test these mineral colors from the Geologist set. I'm using this brush from Cotman, number 8. Let's see. So the first one, if I'm not mistaken, was called Lavarite. Let me just maybe I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better. So it's a really lovely kind of purplish brown, and I cannot get over this lovely smell. I just enjoy so much using their paints. It's so fresh. And it has lovely texture also. It looks like, I will, of course, when I'm finished, I'm gonna be showing you a close-up as usual, so you can have a better idea of how it dries, but I can already see it has some texture, which I really love, so I'm very happy with that. Now it's the pink pipestone. Oops, I just contaminated my lavadorite or lavarite. I'll clean it afterwards. Oh, this is a lovely tone. This type of earthy pink. And it has also some texture. I had to take a little break now because I just realized I forgot to remove my clock from the room. I usually remove it when I'm recording because it's quite a noisy clock, and sometimes I could hear in the recordings this TikTok in the background. So if you did hear before, my apologies. I hope it will be okay from now on. So yeah, this is the pink pipestone. It's a very lovely earthy color with a kind of a pink tinge, but it's not super vibrant. It's just a lovely, lovely tone. I have no other tone to compare to. I find it's a very unique color, and it has also lovely texture. Now there is the yellow travertine. Oops. Very interesting, also very light. Lovely color. My swatch is a bit all over the place here because I dropped it on the sheet of paper, so I just went with it. But it's a very lovely color, a kind of a light beige peachy tone, but it also has some texture that otherwise you wouldn't get if you, for example, took any regular watercolor and diluted to get a transparent layer like this. But this one has some, is drying with some texture, which is very nice to see. And what else? I still have two other ones. This is the Ingleton Green Earth. It's a kind of a grayish sage green. I find all the colors so far really lovely, and they go so well together. It's really, you can see it's a well thought palette because they really go nicely together. And now the last one was one I was very curious to see because it looked really beautiful on the photo. This is Purple Ochre. I'm gonna do it here maybe. Yeah, one thing I almost forgot to mention is that Aga was very, very nice because I could not I could not decide between this set and the Globetrotter England set because they are quite similar in some tones, and I was just going back and forth between them, and I couldn't make a decision. So I wrote her on Instagram, and she was super helpful. She showed me some close-ups of the paints side by side, so I could see the difference. She was really, really nice, and it was very helpful for me to make a decision because unfortunately she doesn't sell like half pens. They are all sets, so I was just in between these two sets, but I'm sure that the other one is very lovely as well. Now here we have the set, the Geologist. You can see the colors. I find that they all look very nice and different. These ones that there were only two that are a bit closer, but not that much, because when it dries I'm gonna show you, this is more of like a reddish tone and this is a brownish tone, a cooler color. And they all work really nicely together. I'm sure the colors are very natural looking. So let's start with Tumbleweed from the set Desert. Wow, this color is very pretty. It has granulation and color separation. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see from the distance now, but you'll certainly see it when I show the close-up. Now we have Chamomile, and this is from Herbology. This reminds me of green gold PY129. It's a color I really love, and I have in many different brands. I always get, because I like not only using it like this as it is, but also for mixes. It mixes beautiful greens. Now we have another green here. This is fresh shoot. Ah, wow, that's really my type of green. Reminds me a bit of Masha's green that I got from Deep Light in one of my previous videos, and it's very, very lovely. Which set is that? Primavera. Have to keep an eye on that one. Coming this month. It's really beautiful. Let me know in the comments what type of colors do you enjoy, if you prefer vibrant colors like this or muted colors like the ones I swatched before. I find myself reaching for both, to be honest. Some I really love mineral colors with texture, so yeah, they are more on the earthy tone color range, but I also really like vibrant colors as well. So this one is Thaw. And this also looks like it's a granulating, separating mixture. Oh, it's beautiful. I think she just saw me on this set with the samples. It's really, really beautiful. Wow. Now we have Corolla, that is always, it's also the, oh no, this is another set. This is the In Bloom. Yeah, so these two that I just swatched now, Primavera and Thaw, they are from Primavera, and this one now is from the set In Bloom. I was getting confused. It's a very nice red. Yeah, it's a nice type of muted red. I would say it's more on the cooler side. And the other one from the In Bloom set is Sunlit. So it looks like a kind of green gold also, but more with more yellow. It's an interesting color. I can definitely see there's some Nico Azo yellow here, because it's a very luminous type of yellow, but it's not pure Nico Azo yellow. It's there's some other pigment over here, because I can see it's kind of a muted in comparison to the pure nickel azo yellow, but you can see it can get, oops, I'm getting dangerously close here. Yeah, it can get pretty dark and also very bright. And now, yes, the video game said, what's the name? Press start. So we have game over. Looks like some sort of black or dark purple. Let's see. Oh yes, it's a dark purple. Beautiful. Can get pretty dark, but if you dilute it, you can see the lighter pink color separation. Maybe even some blue now. I can see some gray. It's a really interesting color. I can definitely see these like for a night sky, for example, or a galaxy type of painting, or also painting stones. This would be lovely to paint like gemstones or crystals. And now we have level up. A very vibrant green. I know a lot of people don't like this type of unnatural looking greens, but I find fun sometimes to work with this type of colors. When you make art like a bit more illustrative, like cartoonish, it's nice. Like I can see myself using this to paint bushes, for example. There's something very interesting about this green as well, is that has some other color coming through, a type of light yellow, so it's not pure green, and it's also transparent. I don't know why, but the color of the sample, I thought it would be more like opaque, so it's quite interesting. It's more interesting than I thought, actually. When I looked at the sample, it looked very flat as a color, but it's not. But I'm not surprised, because in general all of the colors in Hungry for Paint have some type of texture. And now the last one, I'm gonna do it here. This is called Power Up. Oh, I forgot to name the other one. Okay. So, level up and power up. Now, I'm gonna let all of these dry. I'm gonna name all the other ones also, and then I'll come back to show you a close-up. Oops. And then I'll come back to show you a close-up. I'm back. My swatches have dried. I also took the chance to correct something here. I had written Primavera, that is the name of the set actually, but the color is called Fresh Shoot. And I also took a chance to take a pic of my previous swatch for Masha's Green from Deep Deep Light, and I was happily surprised that it's a slightly different, which means I have a good excuse to get a new set from Hungry for Paint. But yeah, it's the Masha's Green is a little more vibrant than the Fresh Shoot. Fresh Shoot is a tiny bit more muted, so they're slightly different. And yeah, I'm gonna show you now the close-up. So these were the colors. Sorry about the messy swatch page, but I hope you get a good idea from my swatching. So if you are interested in getting paints from them, you may give it a try. Something I forgot mentioning before, but now they're also offering the sets in quarter pen format. So if you would like to try and you're not sure, you can always get it with a quarter pen. It will be less expensive, and then you have the chance maybe to try also more sets. So it's really good. Only thing is that the quarter pen sets, they get sold out very quickly. So I would advise you to take a look at their Instagram page and maybe sign up for the notifications, so you will know when they will start selling a specific set. Like I mentioned, this one I swatched is called the Geologist set. Is still available on the website, only with the half pen size. The quarter pen is sold out. From this set, I guess that I mean, I love all the colors, but I find that the most unique color in the set for me personally is the pink pipestone. It's a really lovely tone that I find hard to match to any other commercially available synthetic pigment watercolor. So I think this one is very, very unique, but all of them are lovely. The yellow travertine, for me, it dried a little bit with some shine in some areas, mostly on the border, but otherwise I also like a lot the tone. It has some interesting texture. All of them look really nice together. And the samples, like I mentioned, they also belong to different sets. So you have this one, Tumbleweed from the Desert, Chamomile from Herbology, these two Fresh Shoot and Thaw from Primavera set. And while I was waiting for this to dry, I just took a look at the Primavera set, and it's a set with 6 lovely colors that will be coming back in May according to what she wrote here on the sample. Then you have Corolla and Sunlit from the In Bloom set that I believe is sold out at the moment, but it may always come back. So if you see something you like on the website and you are disappointed to find out that it's sold out, don't despair, because she frequently brings them back. I asked her about a set also that I was really interested in, and it has been sold out for a very long time, and she confirmed to me that it will be coming back sometime this year. So it's good to keep an eye on her Instagram to know the news about the shop. And the last one was from this new set that will be released this month, I believe. Yeah, Press Start. And I have to say, I was really surprised with this color here. I'm gonna show you again. Can you see? There's there's the blue, a bit of blue that I assume is cobalt blue, cobalt turquoise. It looks like cobalt turquoise. Then you have some very light green and then some darker green. It's really textural. I didn't expect this green to be like that. I thought it would be a flat color like this one, this ochre over here. So yeah, overall very interesting. Also this one has a beautiful texture. But yeah, love this color. So now we came to the end of the video. I hope that you liked this following session of swatches from Handmade Watercolour made by Hungry for Paint. I hope it was useful. Please let me know in the comments if you have a favorite from these ones that I swatched or from her website, if you are planning on trying their watercolors or if you've tried. I love reading the comments and I do my best to answer all of them. So thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon. Bye!